Did you know an earthquake of 7.6 magnitude recently rocked Japan's Noto Peninsula? It was the second day of January, 2024 when the earth violently shook. The exact location of the epicenter was the Noto Peninsula in Ishikawa Prefecture, Japan. As seismologists pore over the data, we might see the initially reported magnitude of 7.6 revised. And don't forget about aftershocks, those smaller, yet still potentially devastating tremors that can follow in the wake of a large quake, continuing to shake the already damaged area for days, weeks, or even years. This catastrophic event has caused significant damage, triggering a tsunami alert and causing buildings to collapse. The earthquake's impact was felt far and wide, causing fires and leading to unfortunate incidents. Buildings teetered, crumbled, and collapsed, unable to withstand the violent shaking. Fires ignited, blazing through structures fueled by the chaos. An incident at Tokyo Haneda Airport involved a Japan Airlines jet and a Coast Guard plane, resulting in a tragic loss of 5 lives. In the midst of the turmoil, tsunami alerts were issued, adding another layer of fear to an already tense situation. The northern access to the Noto Peninsula, the epicenter of this disaster, became limited due to a destroyed road, complicating rescue efforts. Speaking of rescue efforts, they were swift and encompassing. The self-defense force, police and fire emergency teams plunged headfirst into the fray, risking their own lives to save others. Evacuation centers became temporary homes for thousands of shaken and displaced individuals, offering a semblance of safety in a world turned upside down. As we navigate through the aftermath of this disaster, it is important to remember that the situation is still evolving. Aftershocks, those smaller but equally terrifying tremors, are expected to continue for months. As the dust settles, the true extent of the damage is still being determined. The road to recovery after such a disaster is always challenging, and in this case it's no different. In the wake of this catastrophic earthquake, rescue teams and medical staff are grappling with a logistical nightmare. Roads, once conduits of life and activity, now lie in ruins, hindering the swift response needed to save lives and alleviate suffering. The quake's destructive force didn't stop at the infrastructure. It has also plunged the region into darkness with power outages, while disrupting train services, further complicating the transportation of aid and resources. Yet, amidst the wreckage, there's an indomitable will to overcome. Medical professionals are doing everything they can to reach and treat those wounded, often in less than ideal circumstances. They are the unsung heroes in this tragedy, working tirelessly to mend the broken and heal the hurting. Meanwhile, thousands of people have sought refuge in evacuation centers where they are provided with food, shelter, and a sense of community. These centers are beacons of hope, a testament to the human capacity for resilience in the face of adversity. But the tremors of this disaster are expected to reverberate for months, with seismologists predicting a series of aftershocks. These aftershocks pose a persistent threat, capable of inflicting further damage on an already devastated landscape. Yet it's in these moments of crisis that we often see the best of humanity. People from all walks of life are coming together, offering their support and resources to aid in the recovery efforts. The world watches, not as detached observers, but as a global community ready to lend a hand. Despite the challenges, the spirit of resilience and unity shines through, as Japan and the world come together to recover and rebuild. In the face of such calamity, it's important to reflect on the events and the implications. The earthquake, striking with a magnitude of 7.5, rocked the Noto Peninsula in Japan, causing significant damage and loss. Buildings crumbled, fires ignited, and lives were tragically lost. The immediate aftermath saw rescue efforts spring into action, facing the challenges of damaged infrastructure and ongoing aftershocks. As we move forward, recovery poses its own hurdles, with thousands displaced and a nation left to rebuild. As we keep Japan in our thoughts, let us remember the importance of preparedness, resilience, and global solidarity in the face of natural disasters.